All right, let's talk about Travis Kelce, who had a bizarre Super Bowl. It really kind of a rough first half for him. So it all started off with this play, which is a play he's not on the field for. This is a first down and goal. The Chiefs just hit on a big completion. Patrick Mahomes is going to take the snap. He hands the ball off to Pacheco. And right here, look at that block. Because Pacheco has, one guy to miss. And if he makes that guy miss, he could get a touchdown here. But Noah Gray is the guy who's blocking. Noah Gray is in the game because Kelce is on the bench right here. They put in a tight end who they trust to make this block, which, okay, you understand the logic behind it. But it does not work out, and it actually results in a fumble, which is obviously a huge play. Like, listen, as we know now, the Chiefs ended up being all right, but at the time, that felt like a massive play, and who was very much not happy about it? The guy who got taken out, Travis Kelce. You see him go up to Andy Reid on the sideline and kind of give him a little bit of a bump. And I think the bump is kind of what a lot of people didn't like about it. At the end of the day, though, I think getting frustrated is something that, that's kind of what the Chiefs culture is a little bit. They kind of seemingly have the culture of they'll yell at each other, but then next play, they don't think about it, right? They were both asked about it after the game. Travis Kelce sort of joked and said he was just telling Andy Reid how much he loved him in this moment. Andy Reid basically said that Kelce was saying that he wants to be out there, and that's what he loves about Kelce is his competitive nature. So, they're certainly not upset about it. But what was maybe upsetting for the Chiefs was how little Kelce was doing early on. So let's start off with this play. They're trying to get Kelce involved, going to run a screen pass to Kelce. This was his one catch in the first half. Yes, you heard me correctly. His one catch in the first half. Mahomes is going to quickly take the snap, gets the ball over to Kelce, but San Francisco is all over it. One catch for 1 yard. That's all he had. And why wasn't he being able to do more? Well, we thought going in, him being able to run these zone busters would be lethal in this game. It really wasn't. Like heading over here, so it's going to be zone coverage that the Niners are in. This is early on in the second half at this point. I've circled Kelce in white. Again, a little bit hard to tell because there's some yellow circles that are the broadcast put on the screen. Pay no attention to those. But it is a zone coverage play. Mahomes is going to take the snap right here, and you see that, Kelce ends up getting double teamed. They're taking him out of the play, and you see right here, Kelce eventually gets open, but he really only got open, honestly, it was after Mahomes got rid of the football. So, it took him a while to finally get open. Mahomes making a throw off balance. Doesn't help that Mahomes missed this throw, ends up getting intercepted. One of kind of the underrated points of this game for the Chiefs was getting a 3-and-out right there, not allowing points the other way. But Kelce just, this over-the-middle stuff wasn't working. The screen passes weren't working. Well, Andy Reid said, okay, well, what are some other ways we can get the ball in his hands? Something like this, where, backed up at their own 2-yard line. It's simple, but it's zone coverage, and they're just going to have him run a route to go towards the sideline, right? Don't worry about the over-the-middle stuff. This is going to probably be a completion, and it's on the opposite side of the field from where Fred Warner is. Warner is closer towards the bottom of the screen than the top of the screen in terms of his assignment. It's closer towards the bottom of the screen than the top of the screen. So that's why Mahomes is going to do this. As you see, they takes the snap, just flips it to Kelce, and right here, there's room for Kelce to run. And if there's room for Kelce to run, you better look out because he's one of the better players in football in open space. As you see, he does do a great job at running forward, picks up a good amount of yards, gains 9 on that play. So good stuff there by Kelce. But also what started happening in the second half was the zone busters started working for Kansas City, which is kind of unrelated to Kelce. But what it did was we saw more man coverage, which we saw in the first half as well. San Francisco definitely wanted to play some man, and that's where Kelce was really starting to take off. He did the nice stuff like there in zone, but then in man. Let's go over here. So, this is going to be, again, it's man coverage, so it's a one-on-one matchup on this play. That's what man coverage means. Now, there are a couple players covering over the middle of the field, but neither one are going to go towards Kelce's direction. So, it's a good route against this coverage. Definitely can't get open, and it's Kelce's, so Mahomes is going to look there. When this play begins, you see that Mahomes looks down the field. He fires it towards Kelce. And again, Tashawn Gibson, that's the safety who's covering him. There's just separation here, which again, you can't really blame Gibson. You're trying to cover Kelce. Not easy to do. Mahomes makes the throw, Kelce makes the grab. Able to get some plays like that, some of those 15-yard-ish plays against man coverage, which were really key. And while it wasn't like he was getting these dominant, incredible plays, it was just getting the consistent good plays going that kind of woke the offense up, and is why they were able to have really a good second half. I mean, they scored 16 points in the second half. You'll certainly take that after getting nearly shut out in the first half. And this play was huge as well. I mean, 16 seconds left in regulation at this point, but it's a 3rd down and 7. And listen, I know we all assume that if Harrison Butker had to make a 50-yard field goal to tie the game, he probably would make it. And yeah, that's probably what would happen. At the same time, though, you don't want to make him have to do that, right? At the very least, you want to gain some more yards. Of course, they're thinking, can they get a touchdown here? You see it's man coverage. Kelce's one-on-one on Fred Warner here. Fred Warner, one of the best coverage linebackers in the game, if not the best. So this is a tough matchup, but again, it's Travis Kelce. Watch how when this play begins, you see him get the inside leverage, and right here, there's a window. Again, right off the bat, it doesn't seem like it's guaranteed to, get a ton of yards or anything. It might only gain a couple, but hey, even a couple of yards still helps for a field goal. And, again, for Mahomes, he's like, hey, Kelce in open space, let's see what happens. Mahomes is going to hit Kelce, who gets the corner here, runs by nearly everybody. This, safety kind of came into play at the last second. For a second, it looked like Kelce might be getting a touchdown on that play. Did not quite happen. They did go to Kelce on the next play, wasn't able to convert. It was good defense, but still made the field goal easier, allowed them to get the overtime. And also something like this, I feel like this play has gotten completely overlooked, which again, I understand it. The next play was a Super Bowl winning play, but it was largely set up due to what is going to happen on this one. So Patrick Mahomes takes the snap, and he's going to just flip the ball to Kelce. Kelce started off blocking, but now he's going to be, going with a tight end screen here. But here's where Kelce comes through. I think a lot of guys just run forward, and there's not really a lot of space. There's a defensive lineman who's doing a pretty good job at trying to get in position to make a play on Kelce, but this is where Kelce's high football IQ comes into play. Watch him kind of sidestep that situation and then just puts his head down, actually breaks a tackle on Fred Warner and picks up the first down there. So if he doesn't make that play, they're probably only gaining a yard or two, and now it's a 3rd down and medium, which, listen, given the way the Chiefs were playing, really good chance that they still convert, but not a guaranteed chance. And that close, it's also not guaranteed that they would go for it on 4th down. They might kick a field goal, but never had to worry about that. They get the first down, and on the next play, McCole Hardman in the end zone, and the rest is history. So, again, Kelce, it was not a perfect day, but he was amazing in the second half. He had nearly 100 yards in this game, despite the fact that he only had 1 in the first half, and his first target in the second half was intercepted by the 49ers. But again, not always how you start, sometimes it's how you finish, and he did a lot of good stuff. So, again, whether you agree or disagree with the, yelling at Andy Reid on the sideline, I think we all agree shouldn't have bumped him. I think even he would probably say that. But it's also one of those things where, hey, if you do that and you win the Super Bowl and have a great second half, nobody cares. If he only had 1 catch in the second half also and they lost, now everyone's talking about it. But, he did a lot of good stuff, and he's now a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.